Hi guys, welcome to another League of Ireland betting preview video with me, Vincent Mulligan for ScottishFootballTips.com. Going to look at two games for Friday night. The first one that comes from Dalymount Park where Bohemians host Longford Town. Bohemians, they're in the running now to replace Dundalk as my favourite team to back. Every time I've backed them so far this season, they're yet to let me down. Tomorrow night they host Longford in a game that I think they could well win given the early season form, but they're a little bit short at 1-7, 1.7 or 7-10. So I'd prefer to look elsewhere for a bit of value, and I think I found some in the goals markets. You can back both teams to score in this game at 2.2, that's 6-5 with Betfair. I think it's got a really good chance. Both teams have scored in 4 out of Longford's last 5 games. I think going into this game there's a good chance that it could emulate the midweek League Cup game which finished 3-1 to Bows. Both teams rested a lot of players for that game, so the players should all be raring to go. I think there's a good chance for goals here. You can back over 2.5 goals in the game at 2.3. That's 13-10 with Boyle Sports. I prefer to go with the both teams to score option. I think it's got a very good chance. Now, I haven't been getting the both teams to score bets right yet this season, but I think this is definitely the game where our luck could change a little bit for that. Elsewhere then we move on to the Loud Derby. That's in Oriel Park. Dundalk host Drogheda. Now Drogheda, they're going to have to man the barricades if a repeat of the last time Drogheda went to Oriel Park is not to happen for them. It finished 7-0 in that game. David McMillan scored twice as a second half substitute. He's the league's top scorer this season. He'll be looking to get a few more goals against Drogheda tomorrow, and there's every chance he could do so. I think Dundalk are more than capable of getting at least a 2-goal victory here. You can back them to win -2 on the Asian handicap market at 2.3. That's 13-10 with Bet365. I think there's every chance Dundalk will at least win this game by 2 goals. So that's the way I'm going to look at it. You can also back Dundalk for the exact same price to score over 2.5 team goals with Boyle Sports. The reason I'm going down the Asian handicap line is because it gives you a wee bit of stake back insurance should they win the game by 2-0, 3-1, anything like that. But if it finishes 2-0, you get your stake back. If you back over 2.5 Dundalk team goals, 2-0 result won't help you out in that regard. So that's the other bet I'm going for. At 13-10 with Bet365. Dundalk to win -2 Asian handicap. If they win by 3 goals, the bet comes in. If they win by 2 goals, it's stake back insurance. So not so bad. Elsewhere, Pats host Cork in a really big game early on in the season. Pats are just about even money, 21-20. Not a game I'd really fancy. If this game was on in Cork, I'd be backing Cork all day long. Cork at 3-1, that's an interesting price. It's definitely one to keep in mind. I'll be looking to see if that price gets any longer at all. But definitely, Cork could go there and cause a surprise. Wouldn't surprise me that much at all. Shamrock Rovers, they move up to go up to Derry City tomorrow night. Big game for them. Again, a very similar price, 21-20. It's a game they could win, but they're going to have to get their scoring boots on. Derry have done okay so far this season, apart from a few games against the bigger boys. But they've done alright, so it won't be an easy game that for Rovers. And then Sligo, they're away to Galway. They're also 21-20. I wouldn't touch that at all. Sligo are just not to be trusted yet this season. They've had a very poor start to the campaign. Really surprising. 21-20 would not interest me at all. Galway you can back at just over 3-1. Again, that's one to be, take a bit of an interest in if you are interested in bigger prices. But if you're looking for something a little speculative, I think you could back all 3 of those games to be a draw. The treble would come in about 37-1. That'd be a nice wee weekend starter for you, but don't blame me if it doesn't come in. Okay, that's everything from me for this week. Thank you very much and goodbye.